What is art? Is it just limited up to painting and sketching?
Is culinary arts also a type of art?
What is culinary arts?
Do we have culinary institutes in India? Being a chef, is it that challenging?
What next? Yes, we are talking about culinary arts.
Upon getting in touch with various industrial experts, we found answers for all these questions. And today, we are at Culinary Academy of India. It is the first ever established culinary institutes in India, located at Umanagar, Begumpet. Culinary Academy of India, popularly known as Brand CAI, is well known for its achievements, holding its own 5 world records and many more achievements. Today, we are with Chef Akshay Kulkarni, HOD of Brand CAI. Today he is with us and sharing few experiences on culinary arts, and he'll be answering few questions regarding the culinary education. Chef, what exactly does culinary arts mean to you?
Oh, wonderful question. When you say art, people talk about paintings, or probably there is art which is through music. So if it is a painting, then people are actually watching it. So it's your eye which watches that painting and you feel relieved about it. Or probably when it is music, it is through your ears, right? So there are various different kinds of art. But for me, culinary art is one such art which probably evolves all your senses, right? It's about food. So you need to look at the food before you eat it, so your eyes get relieved. You need to smell that food, so your nose comes into the place, right? You hear the sizzling sound of the food, if it is probably a sizzler or anything, so your ears also probably hear that food. And then finally you taste it. So all the 5 senses get evolved, and that is what is culinary art. And for me, that is probably the biggest profession when it comes to art.
We know your opinion on the Indian education system.
Well, I don't think I'm here to sit complaining about the education system. It has evolved. I'll probably would say that I have followed that same education system throughout. But I would probably comment on the new education policy which has come out, and it's still not implemented. But I think that that's something very wonderful on the part of the government to do that. They have given a scope that a candidate can probably choose any kind of subjects that he wants post 8th class, right? So probably if I talk about the way I have been educated, the only thing that was taught to me that was that you need to be a doctor or you need to be an engineer, right? But and when I took up this profession, a lot of them had even told me that kya bawarchi banega ya waiter banega. But today, with things evolving, with technology booming so much, people talking about food so much, the respect for the chef is definitely increased. And now small kids who are probably in the 8th class, and if they have this passion towards food, can definitely opt at a very early age, which will benefit them in the future.
Chef, in your experience, what do you think is the level of awareness students have towards the culinary arts?
I would say people have been traveling a lot, like especially with the IT sector booming up. We see a lot of parents traveling various different places for holidays or probably for job. And automatically the awareness of the food amongst the youngsters has definitely developed a lot. If I look at myself as a small kid, I don't think I would have ever thought about pasta or probably any kind of cheese or even the red pepper or yellow pepper. It was only when I came into this profession, and that too not even in the college, when I actually went into the industry, that's the first time I saw celery or there is a vegetable called a red pepper. But today, with people traveling a lot, I think the awareness about food is definitely there. They do not understand the hard work that goes behind that food which is being probably made. They probably just see these YouTube channels. They see the big chefs or the master chef Australia, USA, and they all start feeling that just because I have created a wonderful dish, I have become a master chef. No, I think their knowledge is definitely less. And you need to go through a culinary school to really understand what goes or what's the kind of hard work which goes behind becoming a master chef.
Chef, being a chef, how challenging is this profession for you?
I have always looked at it one way. If you love doing something, then there is no challenge. It's only when you don't like to do something and then people ask you to do it again and again, then every time you do it, there is a pain that comes in. But if you love, then I think you call me at 3 in the morning and say, make a dosa for me. I would be more than happy to do it because that's my love. Right? So you need to choose. I'm not asking everybody out here, everybody can't be a chef. But then, yes, if you're thinking that you want to be a chef, then you need to love this. So my journey has been definitely wonderful. I have enjoyed every part of my working with the Oberois or working with the Royal Caribbean Cruises. It was definitely hard. It was definitely challenging. But yes, I have made a lot of friends over this journey, and yeah, it has been a wonderful experience.
Chef, what is your inspiration behind choosing this career?
I don't think I'll mince words here. It is only because of one person, and that is Chef Sudhakar Rao. And if I wouldn't have probably met him, Chef Sudhakar is 1 year senior to me in college. And if I would probably have not met him there in the college, I don't think I would have been sitting here as a chef. Because though I had joined hotel management, my inclination towards becoming a chef was not so strong till I actually met him. So I would say that he's the one who's molded me, or he's inspired me to become a chef, and I will probably have the gratitude for him throughout my life.
Chef, what according to you is an important quality a chef should possess?
Passion is one thing, because that is what is going to drive you to do things. That's the first thing. But just passion without having discipline, I would say no. Right? So you need to have the passion to do things, but you equally need to have the discipline to go along. And when I say discipline, I am not talking about that you need to be like get up at 6 in the morning every time. I'm not talking about that kind of discipline. Discipline in the sense you need to be sincere every time you take up a task. Right? Make sure that, and the one reason that probably brand CAI is brand CAI today is because whatever we do it with 100% effort. And if we can't give 100%, I don't think we will even try to do it. Right? So I think that should one quality, and it's not about just this profession. I would say any profession that you're into, make sure that you have the passion and you be sincere in whatever you do.
Chef, what do you think is the best part about this profession?
You're not going to die hungry is what I would probably say. Yeah, but yes, but the best part, if you talk about any profession that you take, whether it's an engineer, whether it's a doctor or whatever, at the end, everybody is probably doing it for that wholesome meal. And this profession is what gives you an opportunity to fulfill somebody's need. And that need is going to be till his death. So the best part of the profession is you're going to get to serve people wonderful food, and they are going to be very, very thankful for you. Right? The best compliment probably a cook or a chef can get is somebody coming and patting at your back and saying, "Chef, kya khana khilaya aaj?"
Now, what do you think is the scope of this field?
Endless, right? Although, if I would probably take my times, chefs have always been behind the scenes, right? They were never allowed to come in front of the customers. They always were at the back working hard. But today, the role of a chef is completely changed. Right? He is the one who is the sales and marketing manager. He is the one who is the HR manager for his own kitchen brigade. He is the one who probably does the entire maintenance of his equipments. So the role is vast, and it is not now just limited only to hotels or restaurants. right? Chefs have come into food photography. Chefs have probably come, and chefs are being used even as models today. You probably find Chef Sanjeev Kapoor or so many other chefs who do modeling for Surf Excel. And so I would say that the scope is limitless. You need to probably think where you would like to go.
Chef, what are the study methods for training our budding chefs at Brand CAI?
Brand CAI has always believed that when it comes to learning, the first thing is a majority of the people probably don't attribute this to that, but learning happens because of observation. 85% of the learning, like if you probably say when we were born as small kids, we couldn't understand what our parents used to talk to us. We couldn't understand anything, but we always observed them. We learned how to speak by looking at their lips. We learned how to eat by looking at them eating. So observation, definitely yes. And that is one key criteria that Brand CAI has always ensured, that students get a lot to observe. Again, apart from observation, there are students who probably learn because they get to read. There are students who learn because they actually can do it. There are students who learn because they only can listen. So if I have to probably teach one topic to anyone, I would probably ensure that all these methods are included as part of my teaching. I would probably demonstrate so that people observe. I would talk about that dish so that the ones who listen can understand. I would also probably make them do it, so the ones who can probably learn by that method, and I'll also give them a book. It makes 100% assurity that yes, everyone has understood that topic, and that's what the principle is behind Brand CAI's teaching methodology.
Sir, your achievements are known everywhere. What is the one achievement you would like to cherish throughout your life?
I would probably say the setting up of this institute, because we have been the pioneers, and when we came into this field, we had only hotel management colleges in India. And even if somebody had to be a chef, he had to do hotel management, he had to learn housekeeping, he had to learn front office and all those other subjects, which today, frankly speaking, I don't think are of much of use to me today. So one moment that I will definitely cherish is 1996, opening of Brand CAI, the first culinary arts college in India.
Chef, what are the changes are you expecting post-pandemic in this hotel industry?
It's absolutely very uncertain. And I don't think I am in the right position to even probably predict, and people listening to me should not probably feel that I am trying to give some kind of an assurance to them. There have been experts, but then they are all just talking on speculations. Very frankly speaking, we need to be prepared for the worst. I would probably say that consider this pandemic as a good lesson for all of us. Right now, the best thing that somebody needs to do is staying alive. Because if you are alive, then there is a lot that you can probably do later on. I know the financial conditions are going to be bad, the economics are going to be bad, but everything which starts comes to an end. So this is also going to come to an end. It's just that we need to wait and watch. So I don't want to predict that this is going to be the future of the industry. It's definitely going to change, no doubts about it. And change is always for the best. So let's hope also for the best.
Yes. Chef, why did the Culinary Academy of India become a hive for students all around the world?
Right. I would say that the first thing is it was because of the sense of responsibility with which we started off this college. We always wanted to ensure that we build up the fraternity of chefs out here. We never had a college in India which was dedicated only for this profession. So when we opened up, it was with a sense of responsibility. Next, students who join this college, it is not culinary skills that we teach them. We teach them life skills. We teach them how to survive in this cruel world. So when they pass out, the 3 years that the student spends with us, I can probably say that they keep cursing about the college, saying that why so much of discipline, why do we need to work so hard, why can't we get a college life? And I always keep telling them, saying that you have joined a professional course, and it's our responsibility to ensure that when you pass out, you are a professional. So when they go into the industry, they probably find working there as a cakewalk, because when they compare themselves with the others, they find that they are 100 times better than them. And that is what becomes a hive for everybody to come back here.
Chef, how would you sum up your chef and culinary educator experience in a few lines?
My experience in the industry has been wonderful. I've got the opportunity to work with the best of the best. I worked with the Arrowesque group, which is known for its class. So I would say that when I started off my career, it started off on a very perfect note. Arrowesque made me into a perfectionist. I worked with the cruise lines for almost 5 years, so I got the opportunity at a very young age to travel almost 85 different countries. I could probably learn to work with different nationalities. And when it comes to my culinary educator experience, I still feel that I am still 21 years of age, because I am always surrounded with students who are of that age. So I don't find a generation gap, because when I compare myself with my friends, they generally find that, oh, I don't know, my kids are doing this, my kids are doing that. But for me, it is like, oh, it's normal, because I have grown with them, and I probably say I'm still 21 only. So it's been a wonderful experience.
Chef, finally, on behalf of Culinary Academy of India and Arrowesque, what is the message you wanted to give for all those who are thriving to become culinary artists?
I would probably say, if you are really looking at becoming a chef, the first thing is do your homework a bit. When I say homework, try and talk to chefs, try and talk to a lot of people as to what you are getting into. You need to have that love for cooking. That's the first thing. Next, once you get into that profession, make sure that you choose a college which will shape your career ahead. Don't join colleges by looking at brochures or probably their buildings. Talk to the students who are actually passed out from the college, and they are the ones who are going to give you a real what happens inside. And as long as you are young, or as long till you get married, travel. Because when you travel, you gather a lot of experiences, you learn a lot, and probably that's the best thing that you can happen to you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Chef, for giving your valuable time.
Pleasure.
This means a lot. Thank you.
All right.